Hey everyone, how's it going? So what are we working on today? Well, we're working on the Kia. Remember the Kia got hit in the left front corner? Well, I had picked up a used, I found that on Marketplace. I picked up a used bumper cover. It's not perfect, but it's better than what was on there, and it's the right color, or close to it. So it'll make the car look at least a little better. And I believe this front bumper cover is actually from a 2013, not a 2012, like the guy had said it was from. Because there's some slight differences, but it should still work out fine. But I come out this morning, and my son's visiting from New York, and he had already taken a bumper cover off, so he already started working on it for me. So let me show you what's going on. So here is the car with the bumper cover off. Here's the old bumper cover with the damage to it, as you can see. And you can see little hints, like how this fender is like slightly rolled right there, and some scratches. But if you recall, too, the gaps in this thing are different now. So this side has a bigger gap to the hood than the other side does. But if you look at this upper mounting piece, you can see how it kind of like rolls outward for the fender to mount to it. And if you go to this side, you can see it's actually rolled inward where the fender mounts to it, because this side is a tighter gap to the hood. We also broke the headlight on it, so I have new headlights for it, so we're going to be changing that, both of them, because I have a pair. Here is the actual bumper itself, and you can see where the impact happened. So it's this whole plastic or fiberglass or whatever this thing is made out of, this whole piece shifted that way, took those little upper mounts with it. But there is so much adjustment in these things, we should be able to adjust this and get this right. I realized that I did eventually wear through the fender liners, so I'm going to have to get a pair of fender liners at some point. I'm not going to buy new ones. The new ones are like $150 a piece. I am not spending that. So, but yeah, so anyway, we're going to get over to this. And like I said, the new cover is a used cover, and it's not perfect, but it was dirt cheap, and that's what I was happy with. So I'd like you guys to meet Chris real quick.
Hey everyone.
Now Chris, he was like a detail guy up in New York. He knows enough about cars, but he didn't want to really get into the mechanic aspect of it. But he was a detail guy at a body shop, like the final assembly and stuff like that, minor body work, and basically adjusting stuff, getting stuff to where it should be. But he recently had left there. He had finished getting his degree for nursing, so now he just has to go for his final exams to become an actual RN.
The licensing exam with New York State.
Yeah, you heard that, the licensing exam for New York State. So anyway, here's the bumper cover, and like I said, it's not perfect, but I'm fine with it. And there are slight differences. If you look at the grill is slightly different. The cutouts for the fake, I guess where the openings would be if it had fog lights, are slightly different. So I think that's a 2013. Whereas as you see that's a 2012 and has a much larger opening. And the grill is different. But like I said, don't really care. At least it'll make the car look better. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start messing with this thing and start putting it back together. All right, so we're going to pop the headlights out. These headlights themselves are only held in with these top two bolts, and then the bottom actually snaps in.
That was the socket.
That was the socket. Doesn't fit. I have one 10mm socket. That's a Pittsburgh. That is not an actual 10mm. I don't know what size that is, but it doesn't fit.
I wonder if they put that chrome coating on too thick, and that's probably why it's not.
I don't know. Yeah, but it definitely doesn't fit. I know that. But here, as you pull them out, you can see these bottom points here where the headlight actually locks in place. There was one here, but it broke off in the impact. But here you can see this is actually
The flange flared out a little bit, so the bumper bracket doesn't sit correctly.
Yeah. So this is rolled up. That's what bent this. And the headlight should snap out. Just like that. But in order to adjust anything, we have to put the... Yeah, there.
That's how they should look.
That's how they should look. But in order to adjust anything on here, we have to have everything assembled. But if you look at the sharpness of that compared to the sharpness of that. Now I do have body tools, so I can actually tap this down to try to straighten that out. Now I know I'm probably going to be in the way here trying to show you this. I know some of you are body guys and you're going to look at me and you're going to cringe. But like I said, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. I'm not looking for perfection here. Just looking to make it a little bit better than it was. What?
I'm just laughing. I typically use those to bust spot welds.
Well, that's what it's usually used for, but
Yeah.
I'm not a body shop. I don't have body shop's tools here.
Well, to be honest, you might have been better with a drift or a punch, actually, because you can hit more of a wider area on it. You get Mrs. Wrenching's nail polish. Just throw a little bit on there if you care.
Yeah, I could do that. Actually, let me have that first.
There you go.
Yeah, better than it was. Like I said, I'm not really concerned about getting it exact. If I was super concerned, I would pay more attention to it. But it's better than it was. I'm really not too concerned about that type of stuff. You know, the chipping of the paint and whatnot. Honestly, anytime you do anything like that, you're going to chip the paint. Especially since it's cool out here. It's only 50 degrees. So,
I'm going to do a quick test fit.
and this is just to get the car back on the road, technically. Like a glove.
Getting there.
It's
So
getting
there's
there.
quite a bit of adjustment we need to get
Yeah.
in place. As you can see, trying to push it back as far as I can, get those bolt holes to line up, and I'm getting caught up on the fender right now.
Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to loosen everything up on here and adjust it around. So as you see, the gap on that side is quite extreme. And you can see how that piece here is kind of rolled outward that way. So we got to move everything. So we may wind up taking the fender off to get to it. But we'll see. We're fixing my Kia. My son has the same sense of humor I do. So we did take the fender off, and you can see these bolt holes. They were actually all the way over this way. They were basically at like the 11 o'clock position. But Chris went and leaned into the mounting structure here, the mounting tower, and it moved over quite a bit just on its own. So we're going to have to move this one too a little bit. But there again, if you watch, see how flexible this stuff is? And that's how all the new cars are anyway. They do that purposely. It's not a structural piece. It's basically just to hold the fender in place. So,
I mean, this whole top end here.
yeah, you can see how much this whole thing moves. So, but we got to adjust everything to get it right. So, but we'll get there. So this side's fitting pretty good. The hood gap is kind of where I want it. And you can see the headlight gaps are pretty good. The door gaps are pretty good. So I think we're going to be okay there. We're going to leave the top of the support loose. We're now going to loosen the bottom where the actual bumper beam mounts and see if the whole thing will shift over slightly.
It's not the bumper beam, it's the whole radiator support.
Well, we're going to loosen up where the bumper beam is, and hopefully the whole radiator support, which is that whole piece there, will move over. Well, the 3/8 gun is right there on top of the Camaro. All right.
Start by loosening up these bolts.
And there's 4 bolts on each side, 2 up top, 2 on the bottom. There's a 10mm nut. I don't know if you could see that right here, and that's basically just to hold the bumper beam to the radiator support itself. Couldn't loosen it?
Yeah, those things are on there pretty tight. Either that or the battery's dying.
Yeah, this gun is my old one from work. It's weak.
Alright.
So,
I'll just crack them free with a bar.
okay. The funny thing about my son and I is we have a very similar way of speaking, our voice, everything else. And my grandson never realized it. So one day I was on the phone with Chris and I had him on speaker and I was outside. And my grandson, all confused, asked me how I could be on the phone with myself.
Personally, I don't hear it.
I don't either. But it's just, I found it kind of funny. All right, yeah, so now
I'm wobbling the whole car right now, but I'm sure you can see, maybe even hear it.
yeah, everything moves. Yeah, the whole thing just moved over that way.
Yeah, I saw it. Now you got a whole big gap on the headlight here. We're going to have to readjust it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it is.
But just to show you how much it moved in that little short period. See the gap on the headlight now? The headlight was actually tucked just under the edge.
All right, well, I think now that we have this straighter,
Yeah.
we can probably start by putting the fender back on, fitting the other headlight in place, and then we'll probably open and close the hood about 5 or 10 times, adjusting each of these to get it square-ish, you know.
Yeah, get it as close as possible. Like I said, it's not like bringing it to a body shop and, getting an insurance repair done or whatever, or making it perfect. I'm not concerned about that. I'm concerned about getting it operational again. All right, so there you go. You see we have the fender back on. It's temporarily adjusted because there's more adjustments to it that need to be done. And on most cars, you may not realize it, you can push in to adjust certain gaps because the metal is thin enough. And like I said, it's not structural. It's like that on purpose, so you can make adjustments relatively easy. So it's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, right now we still have everything loose. We're going to be tightening up the fenders in a little bit and then working on the rest of the headlights, getting those kind of squared up.
Okay, perfect.
So
We're getting there. Like I said, not looking for perfection, looking for functionality. Epic fail on my part. Wrong bumper cover. Must be for a 2011. 2012, 2013 is slightly different. 2011, I thought it was 2011, 2012 or the same in 2013 was slightly different, but I didn't think it was different to this extent. It won't work. It's close, but it won't work. So if you see the bags under the eyes for the headlights there versus the bags under the eyes for the headlights there, this one has a larger opening than that one. So yeah.
Here, I'll show you real quick.
Yeah, it won't work. So that's how the headlight sits normally on this one.
Hold up, actually. I think maybe we were looking at it wrong. Is this, yeah, no. All right. I thought I was looking at it differently.
Right, because this edge here is different than that edge there. And that front pocket here is different, but also if you look, this thing has this insert, whereas that one doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're just going to straighten out this bumper cover a little bit so we can put it back on the car, and it'll have to look damaged for a while until I can find another one. So I'm going to contact the guy who I got that bumper cover from. He seemed like he was pretty cool, so I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, yeah, let's see if we can't straighten out this bumper cover a bit. All right, so we're taking hot water from the tea kettle. Thank
you, Mrs. Wrenching.
You can see the steam coming off of it.
It's either this or you use a heat gun. Both of them work just fine.
But you want to get some temperature in it, in the plastic. If you can get it to pop. There we go. And he's kind of massaging the backside of it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to give it some shape on the back. It helps it holds its shape and just kind of prevents it from popping back. Because once the plastic's in a certain position, it kind of likes to stay that way. You can also use cold water to shock it back temperature-wise the other way. And that'll help it cool down quicker and hold its shape easier. You guys really messed this one up. Thanks.
All right, well, better than not having a front bumper cover on it, that's for sure. All right, so there we go. Definitely looks a lot better than it did. Unfortunately, turns out it was completely my fault. I read the ad again, thinking that he sold me the incorrect one, and the ad was for a 2010 Kia Soul, so that was my mistake. So, looks like I'm eating that one. What are you going to do? But yeah, so at least the car looks better now. So thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. And that's about it. All right, guys. Hope you got something out of that video. Hopefully you took away, make sure the parts you get are the right ones for the car. See, I told you, I make mistakes, and I'll show you when I make mistakes. That was a big foobar, but what are you going to do? Yeah, it cost me $100, so, what are you going to do? Anyway, that's about it. All right, guys, I hope you got something out of that video. If you did, hit that like button. If you could, please subscribe. All right, have a great day. Keep wrenching.